Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Orchard Academy. Today, we will be preparing again for academic study, and we are going to discuss understanding the wording for academic tasks. We're going to look at some various things. Some class rules. I want you to have some fun today. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's work hard, pay attention, and let's learn some new things. Like always, feel free to take pictures of your worksheet and post them to the classroom, and we will get back to you with some feedback. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to look at some essay titles and discuss the wording of them and see if we understand that. We're going to think about some ideas for writing tasks. And of course, we're going to try and plan these writing tasks. So without further ado, let's get started. And we're going to talk about your writing for a second. So think about yourself. Things that this is a list of things that you kind of need to explore when you are writing a task, when you're writing an essay. So let's see. Let's divide it into very good, good, okay, not good, and don't know. Let's see, first up, understanding writing tasks. What do you think? How do you think you can do or you're doing? Does your teacher ever say that read it more carefully, or you weren't talking exactly about the task? So I'm going to say this is not for anybody, but I'm just going to say not good. Okay? So, okay, it can happen. Number 2, planning. How do you do when you have to plan an essay? Do you find it difficult? Do you find it easy? Do you have a method that can help you? Let's say, okay, how are you to create ideas, to talk about things, to come up with different ideas for a task? Great, let's say good. How are you for writing introductions? So all of the essays need to have an introduction, especially opinion pieces. They need to have an introduction. Why? You need to allow the reader a chance to understand what you will talk about. So introductions are really important. They kind of set the tone for the rest of the essay. Good. Number 5, organizing and linking ideas. How good can you do this? How well can you do this? Taking your ideas from your plans and structuring them into paragraphs that have a good order, that flows into each other, and you link them. Linking the ideas is really important too. So how do you think you're doing? This was something that I for sure struggled with in school. Okay, great. Number 6, evaluating ideas. Evaluating idea means talking or developing the idea. Say you know what you're going to write, you have it on your plan. How well can you discuss the idea? Let's say, okay. How good are you paraphrasing things or rewriting a sentence in different words, using different words? Let's say don't know. What about summarizing? What do you think? How good are you at summarizing or just writing an idea but briefly and short in not so many words, let's say? Perfect. Let's say okay. How good are you at critically thinking about something? Like thinking in detail, exploring the different aspects of the point. You could be, let's say, like good. How good are you at handling different sources of information? So for a lot of essays, we might need to look some stuff up, right? Nobody expects you to know everything, or reading some books. Um, so how good are you at combining different sources of information into one paragraph or into one essay so that the ideas seem like they belong from the same place? Let's say, okay, let's see, which one do you think is a really important one for yourself? And how do you think you can improve? For example, I think that organizing and linking ideas is super important. And once I got this right in school, I was able to do much better in English. I was able to write much better essays and get higher grades. Because if you are organizing and linking your ideas, if your essay feels structured and like fluent, then the examiner will think that, okay, wow, they really thought about it. They really put some effort into planning it. It is evidence of planning. It is evidence that you can use your English well. It is evidence that you can discuss different ideas. It is evidence that you can combine the different ideas and the different sources and make them belong together. And organizing them in a manner that flows, starting with the one that's either the broadest or the least broad and working from there is really good, is really important as well. Um, Also starting with a good introduction that will allow the reader to get ready or like expect what he's about to read is also going to set the tone for the rest of the essay. This number 5 is also really obvious when you reread your essay or your pieces of writing. A lot of the time you're going to think, oh, that sentence doesn't really go here, or oh, this paragraph, like maybe it's better if I put it somewhere else. Okay. So always keep this kind of things in mind. Okay, let's move on. And sorry, sorry. And look at the following essay title, and let's answer some of the questions about it. So the title is Outline the Main Benefits of University Education in Modern World. Okay. What does outline mean? Does it mean make a list and give some details about the benefits? Or make a list and give your opinion about the benefits? Have you ever heard of the word outline? Outline means make a list and give some detail. Can you think of the word that would mean make a list and give your opinion? It would be discuss or explore, something like that, but usually discuss. Discuss the main benefits of university. Okay, this is where you give your opinion as well. In outline, you just give some detail why they are important. Or like on why university is important. Number 2, does this task refer to all the benefits or only some of the benefits of university education? Does the task refer to the positive and negative things about a university education or only the positive? So let's see. Number 1, all of the benefits or only some of the benefits? Only some of the benefits. And specifically, they want the most important ones, the main or the most important benefits. So does the task refer to the positive and negative things about a university education or only the positive? benefits, only the positive, right? They do not ask you to contrast this idea. See, education in general or university education in particular? University education. University education in particular. They do not want to know things about your high school or kindergarten or anything like that. They just want university education. Good. And finally, the past or the present. The present in the modern world. So here we see that we have highlighted nearly the whole sentence. So nearly the whole sentence is important. So outline, you're discussing just some details about them. The main, so you're only giving some of the benefits. You do not have to discuss all of them. And depending how many points the essay is, okay, in university, it's usually kind of like 5 points per paragraph. So for example, if your essay has 30 points, so 30 points goes to the essay, you are kind of gonna need to write 6 paragraphs. 1 introduction, 1 closing, and 4 body. If your essay is 50 points, so think about it kind of like the rule of 5 points, okay? 5 points per paragraph. If your essay is 50 points, you're going to need 10 paragraphs. 2 for introduction and, or 2 for introduction and closing, okay? And then 8 paragraphs. So you're going to have to think about 8 benefits, okay? Good. But it's not so dramatic usually. It's not so many paragraphs. Usually I think it's like to write about 7 paragraphs, 7 or 8 paragraphs max. Let's see, write a checklist of similar questions to help you understand the following essay title. We're going to use the same one here. Let's have a look. Summarize the arguments for studying abroad in another language. So, summarize. Do you think it means to give full detail or your opinion or some detail? So they're asking you for just some detail. In short words, like summarize everything. The arguments for, does it include negative and positive as well? No, just positive. Arguments for means the reasons why you should go. So positives. You're trying to like convince somebody. Good. Does it talk about studying in general? Does it talk about a university? We don't really know. It just says studying abroad. So studying outside of your city. And it doesn't give you a timeline, so you can refer to any sort of time. Good. Okay, so the most important thing, and I hope you understand this right now, is to really pay attention to all of the words in the essay title because it will give you a lot of ideas about what you are about to write. Okay, so verbs in the essay title will give you, you need to understand exactly what the verb means because it usually includes the details on how to organize your writing. So for example, describe the role of technology in education in your country. Describe means giving a full detailed information about something. So you can give, you can talk here about an object, an idea, a belief or a situation, but you have to give full detailed information, okay? You can say your opinion, you can say everything. And most importantly here, you will need, in describe, you will need to say both positives and negatives. They are not telling you what to say. Okay, so let's have a look here to see how we can understand the essay titles. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick the italics here on the other side to see if we can match the meaning of the essay. So number 1 is already done for us. Outline the main disadvantages of a lack of education in today's competitive world. So outline means communicate the main points of something in order without any detail. Outline. A quick, not a quick one, because you will still have to write some stuff, but you don't have to explore all of the different sides of the disadvantages. Okay. Number 2, discuss the financial problems faced by unemployed older people. So discuss. Examine or explain the idea in detail or without any detail, giving explanations, examples, and reasons to support the points you make. In detail. Discuss means in detail. Good. 3, explore the benefits of being a mature student at university. Explore means look at the concepts, research, or information to see what you can find, or to prove an idea. To see what you can find. You don't know exactly, you're gonna like explore or research. Good. 4, compare and contrast the provision of preschool education in 2 countries you are familiar with. So compare and contrast means put ideas, concepts, or information side by side and look at the similarities only, or look at both the similarities and the differences. Look at both the similarities and the differences. Very good. You need to explore both. 5, explain the different attitudes towards education among a range of age groups in your country. So explain, give full or give only the main information about something. So just an idea or principle. Give full information about something. Explain. You are talking, when you see explain, you will think that you are gonna discuss something to somebody who does not know anything about the topic. Okay, so you try not to leave information out. 6, classify the different types of buildings on the university campus. So what does classify mean? Organize information or items into groups according to common or different features. According to different features. Very good. You can classify them like based on how modern they are, based on like the technology they have inside, how well prepared are they to welcome many students, to house many students. So you will actually kind of put them in order as well of importance. 7, examine the need for learning foreign languages at secondary school level. Examine means look at something closely, give the arguments for and for against, or look at something closely and give the advantages and disadvantages and state your conclusion. Examine the arguments for and against. Although this is kind of similar, right? But examine the need for learning. There's not really any disadvantages in learning a foreign language. You're just gonna you will just present some arguments. Good. Summarize the main types of vocational training you are familiar with. So summarize. Does it mean give all the details or give only the main points of a concept, idea, or principle? Summarize, give only the main points. So it's you're just gonna give like what you think is the most important. Okay, good job, perfect. Now, which verb asks you to show your knowledge or understanding of the subject? I would say discuss. I would say compare and contrast, explain, and examine. I think these are the main ones that will kind of look for your understanding, because you need to understand the topic in order to do these things, in order to say the main ideas about them. Which verbs ask you to analyze or evaluate a subject? To analyze or evaluate a subject. For sure, discuss again. Evaluate, to explore, right? To see what you can find about it. Examine, compare and contrast. These are the main ones, I'd say. Okay, great job, perfect. If you have any questions, please don't forget that you can always ask us on in the classroom. Let's see, differentiating between verbs in essay titles. So here we have two essay titles. Let's see if we can agree with the explanation. So, title A, outline the advantages of business education for economy of your country, or discuss the advantages of business education for the economy of the country. Okay, so outline versus discuss the advantages. So title A asks you to make a list of the main advantages in order, but there is no need to give any detail. Do you agree? Yes, perfect, I agree. Title B asks for a detailed examination of the advantages with explanations, examples, and reasons to support the points that you're making. Yes, absolutely. Discuss. You want to like go into detail. Let's see. Explain the difference between the following pairs of essay titles. So summarize the consequences of technology for students learning titles, or describe the consequences. What do you think the differences are? Summarize means don't give so much detail, just give the main results of technology in the students' learning style, whereas describe, you need to explore in full detail all of the consequences, the good and the bad. Okay, now you can finish the rest of two for homework. Again, do send us a picture to make sure that everything's fine. Let's see about generating ideas for writing tasks. So let's look at this title, and we're going to see the different ways that we can generate the ideas, or we can think about ideas. So describe the advantages of studying a foreign language. First up, the one that I use all of the time, even now, is brainstorming. So brainstorming means thinking, putting the studying a foreign language in the center of a page, kind of like a mind map. Okay, take a page, put it in the middle of your page, right? So studying a foreign language, then with kind of like little spider webs like this, you will kind of come up with as many ideas as you can, positive and negative. Don't exclude any. And here, right, the more you write, right, the more ideas we write, we can also see what order they might go. Say like, this can go first, this can go second, this can go third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay, it's kind of easier to put them into an order too. Keywords and phrases. So make a list of some nouns or brief phrases that you can associate with studying a language. Instead of making your spider web, this time you're just going to write like a list, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Doesn't matter what order they are in, you just write them in, and then you can decide on the order. You might want to use text-based sources, so information that has been published in newspapers or magazines to like think of ideas, and using visual information. You can like watch some videos. Maybe I use YouTube all the time for this. See some data, see some like research studies from right now, things like that. Look again in the method above into keywords and phrases. How do the following words relate to the advantages of studying a foreign language? So, studying a foreign language. What how do they relate to the advantages? Culture. Well, we can understand a country's culture better if we have studied the language. We can learn, we can understand their songs better, their films better. What about other countries? How can we understand other countries if we study a foreign language? We can understand maybe the importance of having an identity, of how hard it was to learn their language, how complex their language is, or languages are. Job. What kind of advantage is for a job? What kind of advantage is learning a new language for a job? It can give you the opportunity to work with many, many other people. Does it have any advantage on making friends? Absolutely. You can make friends from different countries, from different places. You are available for conversations with more people. Does it have any advantages on travel? Absolutely. For example, so many countries I've been to have not spoken English, so the language barrier was really strong because, for example, I don't speak any Spanish or Portuguese or anything like that. And in South America, they do not speak so much English, depending where you go, obviously. Then career, can it have any advantages on your career? Absolutely, it can have advantages in your career. You can explore careers in different places. You can discuss with different people. Your company might make you like the head of something of a different department because you can keep relationships between the company and other countries. Good. How does it have any advantages on generating new ideas for yourself? Absolutely, it can help you find yourself. It can, um, you can explore like new ideas about life in general, about yourself, about the world. Good. How about new places? Yeah, you could understand maybe new places and education for life. Yes, of course, you know a whole other language. It's like so important for your education. Okay, so for homework, I would like you to do kind of the same thing. I would like you to explore all four of these, okay, just to see what works for you. It could be a combination of different things. And see, describe the benefits of traveling abroad. So think about, does it have any, does traveling abroad have any advantages for for this list here? And try and see, maybe you can write a little essay on it, or maybe you can develop some ideas in some essays. Now, these are little mind maps that we can make in order to explore essays, right? These are small ones. What I want you to do is here you're going to have to match these three titles with A, B, or C and see which one of these plans match which title, matches with which title. Here you're going to write. Try and see if you can come up with three different ideas for each of these uh, essays, okay? Paraphrasing, it's just a way of writing what you have already written, or writing what you have read in different words, so that you don't repeat exactly what somebody said, you don't repeat yourself, and you use kind of like your own ideas or your own voice for writing. It's really important. And you will have some you have here a little exercise in practicing how you can paraphrase. This is a really important exercise for you for homework, if you want to try it out, to just try and paraphrase these and post them in the classroom so we can see how you did and give you some feedback. Thank you so much for joining the class today. Congratulations for making it um, uh, through our third class. You're doing great. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know, and I will see you next time. Okay? Bye. Have a good day.